Mwakamiro kutunoti mbotizike.
Timbirewo. Toenda iko.
Ya, gari chiuya kuno. Tikakuti tigare pabhanda. Pamsoroi tasvika panzvimbo tichazorora mukomana Desire
Saka tine vamwe vanga vasina kuzowana mukana pamwe nekuda kwenguva kana pamwe nekuda kwekutanga vasati vasvika tichavapa mukana. Asi panguva dzino, nguva ino takuisire kumufundisi wedu achashumira shoko rinoperekedza mukomana Desire. Chaisira kuna mufundisi wedu Pastor David.
Achava akaoma zvinhu zvinenge zvichinetsa zvimwe zvisingaite, but munhu wemukati ngaasimbe. Ende ndinokurudzira vana vechikomana vechidiki ava ngavasimbewo. Bhaibheri rinotaura muna madzimambo echipiri madzimambo ekutanga chapter 2, David anotaurira kune mwana wake Solomon achimutaura kuti be a man. Taura mumwe munhu ari padhuze newe, be a man. Hallelujah. Kazhinji kacho kana muchiona munhu anenge ane body yakasimba zvimwe zvisingaite, munhu akasimba zvimwe zvisingaite, but he is not a man. Panosangana nema-issues eupenyu, hama dzangu, muupenyu mune ma-issues. Mumhuri dzega dzega dzatinorarama padziri kana mhuri dzega dzega mune ma-issues, mune vanhu varimo. Hama dzangu, we need to be strong with the inner man. Saka kurudzira yandinayo, tichipa vanhu vari kuda kupedzisa ma-speeches avo, ndoda kuti musimbe pamunhu wemukati. Mai nababa vasara, let there be inner strength. Mwari ngaakupei inner strength. Tese tasara panapa, Mwari ngaatipe inner strength. Desire haasisipa pakati pedu. Amen. Taura munhu ari pedyo newe, you need a spiritual gym. Hallelujah. Kana uchienda ku spiritual gym, ona bhaibheri rangu rakakura, ndine rimwe mfoni. It's a spiritual gym. Unotora shoko raMwari ugorisa moyo mako. For thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. John 14. Let your hearts not be troubled. Ye believe in God, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not, I would not have told you. I go and prepare a place for you. And if I go and prepare a place for you,
Ngatimbopedzawo zvekuno.
and then put some soil on top. Throw in the photo. I want to throw photo. Go save Bamzoro. August, yes. Yeah, that's it. All right. Takuvhara nemunamato.
Pamusoroi takukumbira kuti tiswedere padhuze tivharirwe nemunamato. Kana munamato uchinge wapera tozokumbirawo vote of thanks.
Tinokutendai kuti munogara muri Mwari nguva dzose, even mukurwadziwa Mwari munoramba muri Mwari. Tinokutendai nezita raMambo Jesu Kristu. Amen.
Amen.
Well, it's just a hectic moment for us. Like Desire was a friend of mine. He was a colleague. He was a peer educator, and he was someone I would share my issues with. And he was never a judgmental person. That I'll say it now and again. The concept of the existence of us as a group, peer educators, it's not like we know everything, but we are trying to help each other as peers. And I don't know, I was saying, all the guys, my friends at Desire Mungoma, no one had an idea of what exactly is going on. And we don't even know why we as guys, we don't share our issues. Like, I don't know this thing, the way they say, Murume achime or something. I don't know. That is how this whole thing affects us. You never hear a man or a guy telling you your issues.
No,
So, I don't know. Because we as peers, sometimes we judge each other. We laugh at each other. We mock at each other. Like, for no reason. Because someone just came with his or her issue, which is not supposed to be happening. And as peer educators, we used to say, our aim is to make every one of us to graduate alive. But unfortunately for Desire, ended the other way. And he was a bubble person. He was in love-related issues or anything. No one, whatever, never get to an extent of taking your own soul. Desire would say that to me as well. And it say like that is how I would say it. But he's gone, but it's just that it's just the sad part for all of us.
So Desire was my guy. I remember first time ndakamuona in February. First time ndakaona exactly. First time ndakatanga kuya naye exactly. There is this other day I told famba nerimwe boys and saka ndakatongo easy ndikatongogara in my room. Varofura naro wakumana ndikuda mamovie. Then Desire mbazudzoka kwandiri later. Zvikanzi Desire best wangu ndanzo kuti kuda mamovie but ndine prison break. Full season rese. Mama season 1 yanga season 1 to 5. Ndikara chindipochi 1 or 2. Zvikanzi no ina nzikupa 1 or 2. But tatakuita ndezvekuti inini pandenda kuona kudini kwangu. Ndokufonera wena si uya padini pangu tichiona tona movie. So we spent almost 1 week. Because on my days I said for my lectures and stuff. So I spent almost 1 week. Chigara mdini my Desire. Tengona prison. Ndokutanga kuirana kwandakaira naye. Desire in bracket him. He was just a good guy. A true definition of a good guy. Desire. This is surprise what he suicide and stuff.
We face so many challenges. So sometimes we can't even think it's very free kutaura muvanhu, especially as girls. Isu sevasikana tinokwanisa kuask out nema-lecturers. Ukamuramba ukuzoti it's a fail. Of which hapana pochambodza parent kuti ndafoira cause ndakaramba ilecturer. As some as boys, musikana wanenge anaye anokwanisa kungodiwa nalecturer. Zvokuti anoramba chida nemusikana wake, hapana lecturer pavachambotoleta izvozvo. Automatically it's also a fail. Saka as students hatiziye kuti tonyatsozvifambisa sei, like even maparents edu ukada kuvaudza vakwanisa kunzwisisa that situation yekuti ukuita fail okuzwa wakaramba lecture and hazvitotauriki as a student. Most as students vanhu vanongochingoti titakura, but sometimes we face so many challenges kuti handikwanisi kuexplainira mama vangu zvo zvandiri kwanisa kuenda nazvo because vanenge vachingoti ndinokwanisa kuzvisolvera ndega as a student. Semunhu ari kuvhasiti vanotoona kuti onge watwane the great achievement yakanyanyisa stereki. Saka as students tinotodawo kana as in mamwe magroups ekuti pamwe tinoita nahaidi tichikwanisa kutaurawo zvatinosangana nazvo. And tinobatsirwawo sei as students. I think that's it. Tine situations ekuti pamwe mukomana anenge akaperera zvokuti pamusikana sekuchikoro unokwanisa kungochimitira zvese uchimutengera zvinhu and mafriends achitokubhiga kuti iwo ndoutori nebaby ball zvokuti munhu panosvika pakukuramba hauzvigamuchire because you'll be doing a lot kumunhu zvokuti pakusvika pakunzi hazvichaite zvinotongonetsa. Moso kuchikoro kune mapeer pressure akasiyana siyana zvokuti vamwe vakomana vanenge vachikuudza kuti hausi kutorova raw as in you're having hausi kuva uri kuprotect as in for sex saka sometimes maybe ndokwanisa kuenda ujam sex nemunhu ari kurwara ndazoona kuti ndi kurwara ndokwanisa kudza munhu aya anokwanisa kuramba ini ndoenda up ndakutogive up ndakuzvitorerawo life yangu because situation yandawabereki vangu havana ini ndaanacho musikana wacho ari kuramba saka at the end unotongonoti ndatongova hopeless utongozongoendawo up wakutongozviurayawo
makambonzwa here ni
say what encourage like inobatsira ma-students as in ma-decisions avanenge vanawo voitawo anokwanisa kuitwawo come to pass because yakaintroducwa kuchikoro kwedu and I think afeel ndo vakakwanisa kujoina here because vanhu vanga vasina ruzivo rwakanyanyisa pamusoro pese what but I think it's a good organization because unoenda wapo uchionawo maideas akawandisa ekuzvivandudzawo mulife yako as an individual.
So we as the peer as a member of the peer educators representing Great Zimbabwe University, we were taught to deal with one of the basic issues that were affecting us as students at university, mainly which was sexual reproductive health and also mental health as one of the main things that were affecting us. So say what would come from time to time, we would have workshops, then they would teach us on ways on how to address these things, how to talk to other students about sexual reproductive health, and we would distribute condoms to them. We would talk about ways on using contraceptive methods. And ever since it was started at Great Zimbabwe, I think we've improved. More and more people keep joining the club, and we have made remarkable progress. But I think more has to be done, not just in sexual reproductive health, but in mental health, since it's one of those things that is greatly affecting the youth of today. So I think as we progress and grow, it's one of those things that we are going to address, and I hope that people will be willing to talk to us and share with us some of their problems and how they manage to overcome them, so that we can spread this to other students who are afraid of coming out. Yeah. Okay, so one of the main issues that is affecting students is mostly social issues. Maybe they're too shy to talk to people. Maybe they're having relationship problems, financial issues. Maybe they're not fitting into society. So at times this might affect you because there's a certain life that you want to live at university because it's the dream that everyone wants, but you can't. And as people at times we might not be able to understand what other people are going through. We might torment them, we might bully them, and one of those things that are really affecting people. And because in our culture, opening up isn't one of the things that we're really taught to do. People, they keep these things to themselves. They don't share, and those things they build and build. So the more problems they encounter, the more it builds up. And some of them, they might not be strong enough to keep going and pushing, and some might commit suicide, some might do reckless things, some might even indulge in drugs and sexual activities, which is really not good for them. So I think it's one of those main problems that are affecting university students. And as of late, I can't say they're not being addressed, but they are, but not to the extent that is needed, so that these things can be tackled. So we really need to sit down and talk about these things because they're really, really affecting students. And if they're not dealt with now, more and more people are going to start committing suicide, more and more people are going to indulge in drugs,